Okay, folks, here we are. I guess there was a glitch. It's amazing, this software and the things that I do on this internet for learning how to do it is sometimes a challenge. And making a mistake and then how to undo that mistake really presents some challenging times, I guess. But here we are. It's Friday, the 13th. What is that? The Friday the 13th of August. I don't know about you, but Friday the 13th doesn't mean anything to me. Some people have a problem with Friday the 13th. It's just another day and another number and another opportunity to change the world around you. Woke up today, I'm healthy. I was able to get out of bed, work out this morning, get my shower. So it has been a great, great day at this point in time. I'm Tom Young, and I'm here for anchorfm.com podcast called Money Shifts and my Facebook Live, the Family Money Farm group. You need to join, you need to find that, you need to get involved because the information is only going to get broader and more intense and deeper and deeper and deeper in figuring it out. Every day we start every program with prayers for everybody in the world. Everybody has been impacted by this China virus, the COVID, and all of the things going on. We pray for those who have lost loved ones, and especially we pray for those loved ones who have been lost. Some of them, obviously, they passed away alone. They died while they were completely alone at a time when there were no visitors allowed, and on and on. So we pray the Lord would gather them into his arms, take them to his heaven above. I sit here every day and I make these presentations about finance. And I wonder if anybody really listens. Do you really care? Do you really care about your future and the financial information that I share here? Everything that I share is verifiable, mathematically correct, mathematically provable in all aspects. It's really the new book, The Family Money Farm, the CFO Project. It's all laid out there. We are all the CFO at home. Whether you work in a corporate setting and maybe you are a CFO in your company, I wonder, do you run your household the same way you run the corporate finances? I like to start every day with quotes, and we are still looking and following our friend Albert Einstein. And the answer and the quote today is, we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. I remember this, and I have used this quotation many times in the past, and it is profound. We can't solve the problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Most of the problems that you and I have in our lives, if you step back and look honestly, the problem was created because of some decision you made, some circumstances that you helped create, or the actual thinking that's going on between your ears in this thinking muscle that we each have. A lot of times the problems are due to some procrastination. In other words, if you look back in your life, there was something that you intended to do, you were supposed to do, you had committed to doing, but you did not do it, or you didn't do it completely or fully. And therefore it ended up becoming or creating a problem in our lives. I can attest to that. I am as subject to that as anybody else on here in what we're talking about. The title of today's was, How Do I Keep My Wealth? But it comes down to a matter of privacy or public. The more public I make my financial part of my life, the more opportunity there is for salespeople, companies to market and advertise to me when they know where I'm at, where I know when they know where I have my money at. For example, we talk about 401k plans. 401k plans are really kind of public because I can go into a government website and I can find the names of all of the 401ks, how much money that are in them, because if you have a 401k and you're a company, you have to file government reports every year. So I can get, if you work for XYZ company, I'll bet there's a good chance you have a 401k at XYZ company. I can find XYZ company and I know how much total amount of money is in their 401k plans. I can go to that company and offer my services as managing that 401k, or offer the company counseling for the employees based on their 401k information and what they're doing, because they are required by federal law to provide ongoing education for their employees. Well, I don't know about your company. Is your company providing ongoing educational meetings or services, counseling, coaching that help you manage your 401k? Because they are required under federal law to provide ongoing information and education. And that leads to the people that manage the 401k usually are the ones that provide ongoing information. And therefore, it continues to tie your money to financial institutions. Remember the rules? The rules of financial institutions: I want all of your money, I want more ongoing, I want to keep it forever, and I want to give back as little as possible. And that maximizes the earnings, or the earnings and profitability of the company that is managing those monies. But at the same time, you've given up control of your money. You have no control over this money, and for you to access this money, it could entail severe penalties and taxes to be able to utilize that money. So it locks you away from that money, and therefore, if you have to make a capital purchase, buy a car, help pay for college education for your children or whatever, then you have to use other means, which now you've got to go to the bank and you got to apply for a loan. And when you go and apply for a loan, you give the bank all of your personal information, which leads to a credit rating and on and on and on. So your information becomes very, very, very public. In my experience of 45 years of doing what I do, I have found that the most private position that I can be in is the monies that is in my life insurance contracts. It's funny, in 45 years, I have never received an advertisement from a company about my money because I have this life insurance policy over here. Isn't it interesting that the public and the government, or whatever entity it is, has no access to information about my life insurance policies? That's interesting, isn't it? So I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing in my life is kept as private as I can keep it. My life insurance cash values, I leverage that periodically. I leveraged it to buy an automobile 2.5 years ago, so I've had it 2.5 years. I have leveraged that money in my life insurance to add to my investment account when the opportunity arose this last year, when the market dropped by 35% in March. I was able to add more money to my investment account, and from March of last year to now, it has increased by substantial amounts, with the market growing from a low of 19,000 on the Dow to in excess of 35,000 on the Dow right now. I mean, I get people all the time. I had an email, a comment last week from one of my presentations that said I didn't say anything. I think it was just you weren't listening. That was what the problem was. You weren't listening, because I share pertinent information every day to help you find a better way to save, better way to invest, a better way to stay in control of your money, and most importantly, the maximum efficiency approach and applied macroeconomics. And all that really means in simple terms is I want to be as efficient as I can with my money, and I want each dollar to have a value and use. I want to use each dollar 2, 3, and 4 times. I don't want to just put it somewhere and leave it there forever so that other people can put the money in motion. Money in motion creates more money. And it comes down to cash flow. We've talked about cash flow. Planning for retirement is about building cash flow so that at some point in time, you already know that you have monthly investment income, monthly savings income, monthly rental income coming in equal to or greater than your monthly lifestyle expenditures. To me, that means you don't have to go to work tomorrow. No, I love what I do. I have no intention of stopping. It's just I play a lot of golf and enjoy a lot of life around it at this point in my life. Have a great weekend. This is Tom Young, Facebook Live, the Family Money Farm Group, and Money Shifts on anchorfm.com podcasts. Get my new book, The Family Money Farm, The CFO Project. Get it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And get Kim Butler's book, Perpetual Wealth, and her other books, The Busting Life Insurance Lies, Busting Financial Planning Lies, Busting Interest Rate Lies. You need to learn about the truth. You can also go to cfo-project.com. There it is there, right underneath. Put your name and email address in. You'll get an instant link to a full copy of my book cover to cover. God bless. Have a wonderful, great weekend, and we will see you here again Monday at noon.